When you have to contact a company to get some support, do you find it really frustrating? Do you find that you get conflicting answers? I recently contacted a company who said that they were going to install something for me, and that was all included in the price of the monthly contract. But then next time I spoke to them, they told me no, I would have to pay an extra $300 for that. I was completely shocked. Now, if you are frustrated when you are dealing with a company over chat, over a phone call, then here is my system that's going to help you make things run much more smoothly. So the first thing you want to do is create a brand new document. I'm using a Google Doc. You can use anything you want, but the idea of having it on a Google Doc, I'll show you why that's an advantage in a minute. So I'm going to be contacting the Acme, let's say it's the electricity company, and I need to speak to them about something. Before I contact them, I'm going to have some information ready, because I know that they're going to be asking me, what's my account number? They might be asking for some identification details. Okay, what address I'm talking about, or something else. So I want to have that information handy so that I don't have to look it up. It could be an invoice number if you're asking about something like that. The second thing you want to do is record the problem. Okay, what exactly is the problem? You explain it in your own words. Okay, my internet, it keeps going down. Okay, or whatever the problem is. Now, get some details here. All right, get details. Okay, here's when it happens, what it is that you're trying to arrange. If somebody hasn't shown up for an appointment, I had that happen to me 3 times. So I needed to know when the appointment was. So the next thing you want to do is to record what have you done to address this before. I've downloaded the latest version of the app. Maybe I have upgraded something, or I have contacted somebody who they told me to contact. So really what we want to be doing is at all points to be saying, I have done my bit. And now the next thing, and probably the most important thing, is record the call. Now I don't mean to record the entire call, but record the call details or the conclusions, the promises they make. Okay, so for example, I spoke to Raj. He told me somebody was going to be coming out to fix this. So do you see what I mean? We're going to keep track of all of this so that next time when you come back and you speak to them and they ask, well, do you remember who you spoke to? You say, yeah, I did. On February the 23rd, I spoke to Raj, and he promised me that there was going to be somebody coming out within 3 days, or someone was going to contact me, or whatever. Now, the reason that I want to do this in a Google Doc is that I can now access this from my phone. And the reason that's important is that from my phone, I can then insert an image, which might be a screenshot of the chat. And that way I don't have to retype the whole thing. Now, the other thing that you can do is, if they ask you on the chat, send me an email of this chat, record of this conversation, I want that to say yes. Okay, you want them to send you that so that you can then include that chat in here. Now, this is not very elegant. It's very, very simple, but what it allows me to do is to trace back and say, oh, that's right, I got promised this. They said that they were going to send me somebody, and that's what, and then they never did that. They said they were going to send me this. They said that this was included. They weren't going to charge me for it, that sort of thing. Now, in my experience, support people are not bad people. They're not just trying to get rid of you, but they are really overwhelmed on the whole. They're just so busy taking calls, sometimes from people who are quite rude to them. And so you want to make their job easier. By having all of those details handy of what your last conversation was, what they promised, what the contract said they were going to deliver, whatever it was, you can say, well, here's who I spoke to. And it also shows that you are on top of your game. And so if they are thinking of fobbing you off and getting rid of you, then they're not going to get away with it. So always be polite, always be cheerful, and always be helpful. But I'm sure that if you do this, you are going to get a better result from the support company. Now, you let me know in the comments how you manage working with people when you're on a support call or on a chat.